that is conducive to teaching and learning by A, focusing on building relationships among staff and families that will result in increased learning and more effective instruction. Number one, promoting communication and feedback opportunities. B, we plan to place an emphasis on collaboration with all district stakeholders. And C, we plan to promote an inclusive, diverse, and compassionate learning environment. And our third district goal, we plan to market our strengths and achievements to all stakeholders to increase capacity for greater parent, caregiver, community support by A, continuing with our public relations marketing plan. B, continue to work with the various advisory committees in the district. And C, by focusing on refining our communication methods to better market our school district. Before I continue, protocol says that I must recognize the mayor of Winslow Township, as she has joined us tonight, along with one of our township council people, Mayor Marie Lawrence. And also joining her, accompanying her, is the township committee person for Ward 3, Ms. Jacqueline Lee. Welcome. Board members, we're now on page 2, awards and presentations. Dr. Carpenter.
Good evening. And before we begin our presentation, I have a very important public service announcement that I need to make in case you haven't already heard. So the Camden County Health Department and the Office of Emergency Management has issued a proposed red for unhealthy fair. So all outdoor activities that include field day, recess, and gym in the Winslow Township School District are canceled until further notice. So the Camden County Health Department, as well as the Office of Emergency Management, recommends that we cancel all outdoor activity, and that's why we are compliant, and all gatherings as well, outdoor gatherings. And this is due to the smoke that's traveling from the wildfires in eastern Canada. So residents are also strongly encouraged to take precautions to protect themselves and their loved ones during the cold red until further notice. So that being said, I'd like to get to the reason why we're really here this evening. So again, I'm Dr. Carlo, I'm the Assistant Superintendent, and I do have the pleasure of standing in for Dr. Kuti tonight so that we can conduct our seventh annual Superintendent's Award celebration tonight. So we are going to acknowledge and honor the best and brightest students from 4th grade through 12th grade of the Winslow Township School District. So before we begin recognizing our students, each year, Winslow Township School District selects a person or community organization that services students and their families in the Winslow Township School community. So this year's recipient of the Winslow Township School District Community Service Award has been actively involved in the community for 15 years. His passion for mentoring and the importance of education led to his goal of changing the mindset of young men. Through hard work and dedication, he created Men Empowering Nations. The mission of Men Empowering Nations is to impact the lives of tomorrow's leaders who live in the Camden County area and beyond. This is accomplished by delivering unique and innovative Bible-based mentoring initiatives that are locally relevant to develop young men who understand the beneficial importance of positive thinking, responsible personal conduct, respect for themselves as well as others, and to remain focused on the importance of participating in and giving back to the community. In addition, the program is designed to develop young men into leaders by inspiring them to identify personal dreams and goals and to build action plans toward achieving them. Men Empower a Nation also provides sessions on how to deal with youth emotions, anger, stress, drug and alcohol, respect for self, women, and authority. Every year, the organization participates in a weekend retreat in the Poconos that consists of outdoor activities, team building, and a bonding of brothers and mentors. The 2023 Winslow Township School District Community Service Award is presented to Mr. Virgil Harmon Jr. and Men Empower a Nation. Accepting the award on behalf of the organization is Mr. Earl Davis. Mr. Davis is also a member of the Camden County Library Commission. So, Mr. Davis, before you come and be recognized, you have to take the red carpet walk. You can't walk up here, so there's aisles. So if you'd like to take a long walk, you can start all the way in the back. But we want you to enjoy this. So joining Mr. Davis is Mr. John Shaw. Mr. Shaw is also a former board member. Thank you, Mr. Shaw. Here's the plaque we are presenting. And the plaque reads, presented to Men Empower Nations for your support and commitment to the betterment of the Winslow Township School District, an honor on this day, June 7, 2023. Thank you so much for your support. I'm holding Mr. Davis hostage because he's trying to run away and I won't allow him to. So here's a card that all of our recipients tonight, you must participate in, and that is picture taking. So in the back, we have a lovely backdrop, so you have to see Mr. Davis. So you're free to go. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Carmen and Men Empower a Nation, thank you very much.
So next, we began our program now honoring all of our students. And so we're honoring the students who've worked so very hard to achieve academically. And for some students, it's a combination of academic performance as well as behavior accomplishment. So we're going to begin by allowing the principals of each school to introduce their students to you. But before we do that, I would also like to recognize all of the parents who come out to support us and who are supporting your child, because we know that without your support, that none of this would happen, and the children would not be able to make the accomplishment that they have. So thank you very much, parents, for supporting us. We will begin with School 5. Dr. Carter, who is the principal of School number 5, will be introducing the students.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. So I have the honor of introducing School 5 Superintendent's High Academic Achievement Awards to our School 5 students. We will start with grade number 4, And our first student to be recognized for high academic achievement is Aubrey McGovern. Our next student to be recognized is Anaya Patel. Diego Villanueva. Ojamalia William. And our most improved student overall, fourth grade, is Leonie Reed. All right, we will now present to you our fifth grade award recipients for high academic achievement. Let's start with Deborah Asa. Delaney Holness. Next, we have Harris Middlebrook. Prashiv Patel. And our most improved student for fifth grade is Cheyenne McKenzie. will now present high academic achievement awards to our sixth grade students, starting with Alif Amin. Abigail Patokin. Isa Madre. Rael Nettles. And our most improved student for the sixth grade is Aaliyah Richie Rodriguez. Can we give one more round of applause for all the school five and grade recipients?
And before we move on to school six, assisting me this evening is Mrs. Clement. Mrs. Clement is our Director of Curriculum and Instruction, and I'm so happy for that. Assistant Principal, Mr. Jackson, will be presenting the student.
Good evening, everyone. Congratulations to all our recipients. And I'm going to say this because I see a couple of our honorees from School 6 sitting in the front row. Maximize the red carpet. So if you're in the front row, go all right, take your time. We're going to begin with our recipients for high academic achievement in grade 4. Our first recipient, Emerson Everett. And now you see why she's being recognized. She qualified for Emerson Everett. Parents, please join our students in taking a picture. Our next recipient, Corey Jennings. Academic achievement, Arvin Singh. Our next recipient for high academic achievement, Layla Taylor. And our most student in grade 4, Mason Paparo. Good job, Mason. In grade 5, our highest academic achievement, Kai Allen. High academic achievement, Richard Belmonte. Also, for academic achievement, Juliana Montgomery. Academic achievement, also grade 5, Corrigan Romano. And grade 5, most improved overall student, Jerome Washington. Grade 6, High Academic Achievement Awards. Our first recipient, Jordan Frazier. Our next Academic Achievement Award recipient is Devin Kozak. Grade 6 Academic Achievement, Gia Lupinetti. Gia. And our most improved overall sixth grade student is Shane Forsey. I do believe Shane is at practice at this time. Before I go, congratulations once again to our recipients that have received their awards and our upcoming award winners. Congratulations, Mr. Max.
Unfortunately, Mrs. Montgomery couldn't join us this evening, so presenting the students for the middle school will be Mrs. Upsey. She is the 8th grade assistant principal. Ms. Upsey, thank
Good evening, everyone. Tonight, I will be presenting the awards for 7th and 8th grade here at the middle school. Up first, we have our 7th grade honorees. First, we have Alicia Charles. Our next high academic award is Lucy Murphy. And our final grade 7 recipient is Ashley Proctor. Now for grade 8. Our first recipient, Isabel Bryant. Next, we have Chidira Okori. final grade 8 recipient is Darryl Thompson. And for our overall most improved here at the middle school, Robert Henderson. Once again, congratulations to all of our middle school and all of the award recipients tonight. Let's give them another hand. And now for our high school students, Mr. Morale, the principal, will present the student. Mr. Morale.
Good evening, everyone. I now have the honor of introducing the high school highest academic awards. We will begin with the 9th grade. And in 9th grade, our first winner is Crystal Osborne Boulay. Also in the 9th grade, Maya Rivera. In the 10th grade, Olivia Janicki. Also in the 10th grade, Isabel Reiner. In the 11th grade, Zainab Idelia. And also in the 11th grade, Brenna Bowie. And Dr. Parker will be continuing with the high school awards, but congratulations to all of our award recipients this evening.
In addition to honoring our students for their academic performance, we also recognize the other accomplishments that our students have made. So we'll be doing other presentations. And we're so happy to make these presentations. I think you will understand why. So we're going to begin with our student community service award. So this young man has been an active participant in the Boy Scouts of America and completed his hard-earned Eagles project this year. He is actively involved in his church and has assisted the Winslow Township Soccer Association with fundraising for snacks and sales. As a member of the Leo Club and student government, he has participated in many community service projects. He participated in the school's Thanksgiving food drives, a holiday giving tree, blood drive, and volunteered to perform with the orchestra at the Township Veterans Day event and the Christmas tree lighting service. Over the years, he has volunteered to run snack stands for winter sports through the National Honor Society, the STEM football and basketball games, for our TV production programs, has made and delivered sandwiches to the homeless through student government, participated in Teacher Appreciation Day, and volunteered his time this year to meet with student leaders and school administrators on a monthly basis. He is a member of the National Honor Society, where he serves as a historian, and a member of the Mu Alpha Theta Math Society. He is currently the vice president of the school senate and is a member of the Model UN, the orchestra, TV production club, and a member of the tennis team. He has received numerous academic awards over the years. He's on the principal's honor roll and presently in the top 2% of the class of 2023. He plans to attend Stevens Institute of Technology and major in biomedical engineering. Ladies and gentlemen, this year's recipient of the Community Service Award is Gavin Rubin. And the plaque reads, presented to Gavin Rubin for your commitment and service to the community of Winslow Township. Thank you so much. So next, we have the young lady who has been a member of the Winslow Township High School concert choir for 4 years. She has developed her skills, blossomed into an alto singing leader of the select chamber choir. Her vocal ability, desire for excellence, and outgoing personality have made her an invaluable asset to the choir. She's also a member of the jazz ensemble and the marching band. Her exemplary leadership in the band program has contributed to her success over the past 4 years. In addition to her musical talent, she is a 4-year member of the drama club. She's had major roles throughout the years as Grandma in the Atkins Family, a mother in The Little Women, and as Paulette in the school's most recent musical, Legally Blonde. She will be attending Full Sail University in the fall, majoring in STEM. Ladies and gentlemen, this year's recipient of the Performing Arts Award is Ms. Kayla Goldsboro. athletic program. So we are going to recognize Female Athlete of the Year. So this young lady is a 4-year varsity member of the tennis club. She was the #1 player all 4 years. Team Most Valuable Player all 4 years, from 2019 to 2022. Team Captain for 2 years, 2021 to 2022. And All Conference First Team for 4 years, 2019 to 2022. She's also the Camden County Singles Champion for 2021, the Camden County Singles Finalist for 2022, qualified for the NJSIAA State Single Tournament 2021, 2022, All South Jersey 21, 22. She received the SJCA Sportsmanship Award in 2022, All Group 3 Single Player 29, 2019 to 2022, and quarterfinalist in the South Jersey Tournament of 2022. Academically, she's a member of the National Honor Society, where she serves as a recording secretary, and she is a member of the Mu Alpha Theta Math Society. She is a member of the Environmental Club, serving as its president 2020 to 2023, Student Government Corresponding Secretary 22-23, and their recording secretary in 2020, 2021. She's also a member of the Newspaper Club and Rachel's Challenge. She is ranked #3 in her class with a grade point average of 4.91, and she will be attending the College of New Jersey in the fall, majoring in mechanical engineering. So ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Ms. Gabrielle Robbins. So I guess we can say she has both talent and brain. Yeah. Beauty included as well. Right. So we're also honoring a male athlete of the year. So this young man has participated in 3 sports during his high school career: football, indoor track, and outdoor spring track. In football, he was a 2022 first team all-conference running back, second team all-South Jersey, second team all-Group 4. He received the Touchdown Club of South Jersey Captains Award, and he was a member of the 2021 sectional championship team. He was captain of the football team and team most valuable player this year. In track and field, he was first team all-conference in the 110-meter hurdle in 2022 and 2023. He was first team all-conference in the 55-meter hurdle in 2023 and second team all-conference in the 110-meter hurdle in 2023. He was first team all-conference as a member of the 4x100 relay team in 2023 and the 2023 New Balance National All-American as a member of the shuttle puddle relay team. He's also a member of the African American Club and participated in the community service project with Slime U7 on 7 and Winslow Township High School track team Clean the School project. He will be attending Lackawanna College in the fall, majoring in business with hopes of playing in the NFL. And we're sure you will achieve that. So I present to you this evening, Jamel Peterson. is presented to a young lady who is focused, and I should say very focused, determined, very determined, ambitious, extremely ambitious, very open-minded. Her academic success has always been a priority. She has been on the principal's honor roll each marking period from 9th grade through 12th grade. And she is a member of the Mu Alpha Theta Math Honor Society. She's a member of the Environmental Club, the Key Club, the Leo Club, and Future Business Leaders of America. She also served as section leader and secretary of the orchestra ensemble, and she played lacrosse throughout her high school years. Over the years, as a student, she participated in various community activities such as Winslow Family Day, Veteran Day of Service, the WTA Family and School Together community events, and the school cleanup program. She has a 5.10 grade point average and will be attending Carnegie Mellon University in the fall, majoring in architecture or civil engineering. I told you she was focused and determined. So I present to you the 2023 class valedictorian, Ms. Emma Fowler. And so we're coming to the end of our program. And so the last presentation that I'm going to make to you is also equally as important. So as an incoming freshman, this young man challenged himself by taking the most rigorous courses in the high school that we had to offer. During his 4 years in high school, he worked diligently to maintain an A average in each class that he was enrolled in. As a result of his hard work, he was inducted into the National Honor Society, where he served as vice president, Mu Alpha Theta Math Society, and the Spanish Honor Society, where he served as the secretary. He earned the principal's honor roll all 4 years of high school, and he received the superintendent's award in 11th grade. He also made it a priority to participate in extracurricular activities, where he served as a front ensemble and percussion captain for the marching band, president and low string section leader for the orchestra, treasurer for student government, and secretary for Model UN. He was also a member of the Leo Club, the STEM Club, and played on the tennis team in his junior year. As a part of his community involvement, he volunteered at Virtual and Cooper hospitals. He has a GPA of 5.18, and he will be attending Lehigh University in the fall, majoring in mechanical engineering. I am so proud to present to you the 2023 valedictorian, Brian Arm. And I would like to say thank you again so very much for all of the support that you've provided to the students and us as we work to provide the best education that we can. And we could not accomplish any of this without your support. So thank you very much. And good luck to all of the students, and especially our students on the
Gentlemen, before you leave, I would like to say to all of the recipients of the awards, on behalf of the board, while this may be the first time that you walk down the red carpet, but going forward in the future, we hope that it will not be the only red carpet that you walk down. And we want you to remember that you first walked at Wisdom. Thank you, and God bless. Board members, I believe we can continue with our agenda. I'm on page 2 of our agenda. And let's go with the evening correspondence. Thank you, Ms. Cole. Moving down to our minutes, board members are asking for a motion to approve the minutes from the following Board of Education meetings. Our regular meeting, which was held May 24th, 2023, both open and closed session. Is there a motion? Moved by Ms. Peterson, second by Ms. Nieves. Before I ask the roll call, ladies and gentlemen, those of you who are still here, especially the families that are taking pictures, this is still our regular board meeting, so we would ask that you proceed quietly. Thank you. Ms. Fuller, did you get that? Board members, at this time, I'm asking for a motion to approve the minutes of the Board of Education. There's our special meeting, which was held Wednesday, May 17th, 2023, open session. Is there a motion? Oh, I'm sorry. I speak up there. Remember, you turn the roll call.
Mr. Red? Yes. 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 Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, Ms. Moore. Now, board members, we're moving on to number 2. At this time, I'm asking for a motion to approve the meeting minutes of our Board of Education special meeting, which was held May 17, 2023, open session.
Here is the report of the minutes of May 17, 2023.
Moved by Ms. Peterson, second by Ms. Nevins. Any further comments or questions? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Ready? Esposito.
Yes.
Ms. Martin.
Yes.
Ms. Moore. Yes. Ms. Nieves.
Yes.
Mr. Thomas.
Yes.
Ms. Peterson. Yes. And Ms. Smith.
Yes.
Motion has carried.
Thank you, Ms. Fluor. Moving now, board members. I'm sorry. On that motion, Ms. Fluor, for the meeting of May 17th, I have to abstain.
Thank you.
Thank you. Moving forward, board members, asking for motion to approve the following minutes from my Board of Education special meeting, which was at Town Hall. Also on that day, Wednesday, May 17th, 2023, open session. Is there a motion?
Peterson for approval of minutes, special meeting council on Wednesday, May 17th, 2023.
Moved by Ms. Peterson, second by Ms. Nieves. Are there any further comments or questions? Hearing none, roll call please.
Ms. Brennan. Ms. Esposito.
Yes.
Ms. Martin.
Yes.
Ms. Moore. Yes. Ms. Nieves.
Yes.
Mr. Thomas.
Yes.
Ms. Peterson.
Yes.
And Ms. Smith.
Yes.
Motion has carried.
Thank you, Ms. Moore. Moving now, board members, to our board committee reports. Would there be a report out of our education committee at this time?
No report.
Thank you, Ms.
We
Peterson.
will have something under old.
Thank you. Report out of our operations committee at this time?
At this time.
Thank you. There will be no report out of our policy committee at this time. Would there be a report out of our marketing committee at this time?
Yes. The marketing committee met on May 24th at 3 p.m. via Zoom. Present were Rebecca Nieves, Joe Thomas, Deion Davis, and myself. Also present were Ms. Boyle and a special guest, Lori Perlow of the New Jersey School Public Relations Association. First item, Lori Perlow is a part of the communications consortium that we're considering joining. Ms. Boyle invited Ms. Perlow to be able to communicate some questions about the proposal presented for us to join the communications consortium to assist the district with communication. Some of the potential services would include crisis communication, helping to devise a communication plan, strategic communication, and providing information in accordance with the community's right to know. She also suggested holding small focus groups led by her and discuss the importance of that feedback. She believes that growth and improvement are always possible. The proposal we discussed would cost $20,000, which would roughly break down to 27 days over a 12-month period. It should be noted that retaining Ms. Perlow would still leave a gap in social media management. 2, the town hall meeting. The town hall meeting was held on 5/17/23. The topic was mental health and student behaviors. Dr. Aida gave an excellent presentation. Unfortunately, the turnout was very disappointing. We are not sure what the answer is to get more parents to attend, but we will keep trying. 3, Juneteenth/Wednesday Family Day. Since school will be out, we are limited as far as students and teachers participating in these events. We would really like to use these events for the event of community back to schools. For Juneteenth, we need to decide on what to display, readings about the district, what we offer, and what to give away. And we also need to find out who's available. We need a table, we need chairs, those things we need to take care of sometime this evening. For Winslow Family Day, we will need to provide a backpack and school supplies to the adult unit. We also need to decide what to display, and we will be giving away additional items. The applications for both of those have been submitted. Okay. Electronic billboards. We discussed ideas for what to post on the electronic billboards. Some suggestions were the district teacher of the year, which I understand is in the process of being displayed. The valedictorian and salutatorian of the class of 2023. the award-winning film, My Joy Has Arrived, chat with the board member, and athletic accomplishments. And last, the board member meet and greets. The board members have responded to the Doodle poll, and Ms. Nieves will confirm the dates the dates are available at the schools. A schedule will be set for each board member to at least one of the meet and greets. The meeting ended at 4:06 p.m., submitted by Cynthia Moore, committee chair. Ms. Nieves, were you going to talk about the meet and greets later on?
I can do it now or during whole business, whichever you prefer.
I think, Ms. Nieves, since it's the marketing committee's report, I think it would be best if you would let us know that. Okay?
So, the email did go out to everyone, so the dates for the chat with the board member. So the dates for the chat with the board member are Saturday, July 1st at 11 a.m. at School 1, Saturday, July 8th at 2 p.m. at School 2, Thursday, July 13th at 7 p.m. at School 3, and Thursday, July 20th at 7 p.m. at School 4. I know the only date where we do have our 4 board members where we're at a quorum is for the School 2 meeting. So there is some wiggle room and people need to move their dates. I know we're definitely a little light on the Thursday, July 20th meeting and greet. We could use 1 or 2 more board members if anyone is available for that. I would like to thank Ms. Esposito. She has much more experience than I do in running focus groups, so she's going to help me curate some questions. But board members, this is basically an opportunity for the community just to come out, be heard. I actually scheduled myself to be at each of the meetings, so I will act as kind of the secretary, recording down all the comments and commentary. That's about all I had for that, unless anyone had any other questions.
So, Ms. Nieves, is there a plan to have a specific format when you open up at the meet and greet so that at each meet and greet, the board members will be opening with the same statement? Is that something that we can expect?
I mean, we can do that. I wasn't planning it to be that formal. I really do want it to be community led. So it's just a matter of us being there. I mean, like I said, Ms. Esposito will help me curate some icebreakers if we need to do that, and any particular questions that I think would be good to ask. But I really just want to get community feedback.
Well, actually, we'll be getting community feedback, and if that's indeed the plan, then that is the format, as long as at all of the meet and greets, that's followed.
Right.
Okay. Any other questions?
Yeah, I have a question on comments. So basically, we're not going to be giving answers, we're just going to be listening at these.
Now, again, with the word chat, I would think Mr. Thomas would mean that it would be a dialogue, that it would be.
But according to certain policies and procedures, we can only dialogue with so much. So specific answers, specific questions, staff members, some of the things that we can't have a conversation about. So that's why when you said you was trying to get community feedback, I'm thinking you're trying to listen to the community and hear what their concerns are versus dialogue and going back. So I'm unclear. I just want to be in a proper format for the community and body.
Okay, and so therefore, so that we can all be clear on exactly what's going to take place at these meet and greets, it is an opportunity, as we stated earlier, for us to connect in a better manner with the community. However, if we just go out and just listen and not dialogue, there certainly, when you're in a setting like that, there's going to be some questions. And we are aware, as board members, that there's certain parameters that we have to hold. That is, we know we can't call names of students or staff, we understand that. But certainly I would expect that going out into the community, just as we have community participation, that there very well may be some questions. And those questions we very well may be able to answer. Okay? Just want to be clear. Any questions on that? Board members, are we clear? Mr. Thomas, are we clear? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ms. Moore. Oh, Ms. Moore, with regards to the Juneteenth, I'll talk about that in old business. So we can get that information that you mentioned, okay? Would there be a report out of our athletic committee?
No report out of the athletic committee at this time, however, our track team is on their way to the finals.
To the finals?
States, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, to the states.
To the state finals?
Yes.
Okay, where?
Yes. So state finals, Delson, Saturday.
Okay.
And then we'll, I will give a report out the next meeting for the finals.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Martin. Would there be a report out of the Citizen Advisory Committee?
Citizens Advisory, does have a report and news as well to do that. Also, their next meeting is scheduled for August 3rd at 7 p.m. in the administration building.
Okay. And last but certainly not least, now, Ms. Gordon, want to do that now?
Yes.
Okay, Ms.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
The Citizens Advisory Council meeting was June 1st, 2023. The meeting began at 7:17 p.m. The board members present were Rita Martin and Rebecca Nieves. Community members was Anthony Mitchell, Tish Pomnes, Wanda Lord, Diane Kinsey, Marcy Tomasello, Christy Lazuli, and Rosie Haltman. Climate survey follow-up update. Follow-up. The committee would like to ask if the Board of Education Committee has been given access to the website and access to the full state approved materials to review before August 4 retreat by Dr. Poteet and/or Dr. Copperman. Without reviewing the contents of these materials, the Education Committee cannot make a fair judgment on feasibility of the survey. We would like to know when is the next Education Committee scheduled for, and if it hasn't been, and if access hasn't been received, can we ensure that they will gain access before the meeting date? Notes about climate survey from the CAC. It is unanimous view of the CAC that the benefits of such a survey would improve the image of the schools and give us significant real data for the school district review. The CAC was also informed that We Are Winslow, a community organization who aim to find out what citizens want and consider most important, has been polling Winslow residents at various events. The schools have been listed as a priority, and the consensus of the public poll is that they are favorable towards the schools. There is no reason to believe that a similar positive reaction to type this survey wouldn't occur. So we strongly recommend to the Board of Education and the Education Committee to please move forward and review the process so that we can open it up for dialogue, so that we can have this survey started for the fall of 2023 school year, so that we can start getting the climate of our students, the staff, and parents, and administration. The CAC Member Information District website, personal email addresses have been removed from the public CAC information. Tech Committee has developed a singular general email address for the committee. Ms. Martin will continue to set up that generic inbox, which will be routed to every person on the committee. Thank you, Ms. Martin, for moving this along. The Board of Education meeting, virtual meeting quality. The report from the Tech Committee also included the information that cameras cannot be relocated from their present position. However, this is there a possibility that the Board of Education members could be moved to the side wall right here, this making it easier for the camera angles. This is a possibility that can be explored, and we ask you to explore to have better audio and Board of Education member visibility for the public. Communication within the district. Much discussion centered around the need to continue to improve communication with the community. The marketing committee was applauded for the efforts extended this year, and communication has been more effective than in the past. The committee is dedicated to working together to continue that improvement. The CAC discussed ways in which new marketing committee efforts could be supported. Communication with the public and with the Board of Education is key. The CAC is still looking for the committee banner. Attempts are still being made to contact various members who are no longer with the committee in hopes to find it. Our new business entails information about student-run synopsis type program that will be presented in the next CAC meeting for review and discussion. Information on grant awarded to the Reading Assist Program from AmeriCorps will be presented to the next meeting as well. The CAC will participate on August 19th in Family Day, and the CAC will set up a table so that the public knows that the committee exists, and we will bring CAC brochures and etc. That concludes our meeting, and our next meeting will be on August the 3rd at 7 o'clock in 2023. Thank you.
Ms. Claude, stay there for a minute. I believe that, if I heard you correctly, there were 3 questions, that you put one that has to do with the climate control study. And I believe,
Yes, Madam President, as chair of the committee, we do have some remarks. And for those that do not know, that particular survey was written and researched by Rutgers University in New Brunswick and endorsed by the New Jersey Department of Education. We have set a timeline in looking at the detail of the New Jersey school climate improvement platform. And that's to make sure that it flows and works with our market. We will be meeting the Education Committee on August the 24th, the 22nd, which is the 4th Tuesday, to review all the data, because we had to secure the information and access to it, and that was done this week through our assistant superintendent. In order to market it well, so that we have a great turnout and feedback, so we can turnkey that information, we thought, and after reading the document several times, it's not advisable to do it the first couple of weeks of school. So we are going to launch it in October, and in October you will have time that you can introduce it at all the back-to-school nights, and along with any additional information and the marketing that you can do. So that's the way of launching. That information, once it's turnkey, all the feedback that comes back, we will be able to review and discuss it and look at it holistically and move forward with that data. And that data will probably take a year, so that you would not use that survey once again until maybe 2 years, so you can see if your strategy for improvement, if it requires that, if we're making those goals or those set objectives. So that's what we're doing. So certainly, I wanted to make sure that everyone on the board knew about what we were doing, and also this CAC.
I would like to thank you.
And one more comment, in terms of we talked about the feedback, the attendance at the last meeting that we had, the town hall. If you looked at, I had to suggest Facebook Live, but if you looked at YouTube, we had 200 hits. You don't know when those 200 hits came. It could be preferred time, it could be 2 weeks later, but it was 200 hits. So you can constantly look at our YouTube and get the number of hits. That means the number of people that mean.
That was something that we did discuss also at the CAC meeting, how even if we don't have a room full of people here presently in the physical, we are getting people in tune on the digital aspect of passing out the Board of Education. So kudos to YouTube, because we appreciate it, because the community is starting to be aware of the YouTube channel. I post that also on Facebook to let them know on meeting nights. Make sure you tune into YouTube, and if you can't do it tonight, do it tomorrow, but just go in there and find out what's going on with the Board of Education. And also, I would like to thank you wholeheartedly from the CAC in regards to the climate survey, because this is something that we've been working very hard on. And finally, we can see light in the tunnel. Thank you very much.
One more comment. If you cannot find the banner, have a picture of it. I was the one that produced it. I would love to do it again, but I can't remember.
Actually, Julie, I was the one who designed it.
Right, and I actually printed it.
No, I thought you got, I thought you ordered it. I didn't think you did that.
Well, let me just say this, in
Thank you.
any event, Mrs. Swell, we're working together with this, and, the long lost table club, if you cannot find it, and it sounds as if we may not, we'll just reproduce another.
Perfect.
Okay?
Thank
And just your last question with regards to, greater visibility of the board, if you can recall, I'm sure you do, we did at one time, meet right along there, but when the pandemic came in, we had to begin to be 6 feet apart, and so this was the best, configuration. So it should be no problem for us to return now to that, the same format that we had where all 9 was set along.
Perfect. That would make a lot of people very happy.
Okay?
This one, I just interject.
Yes.
I did think in terms of the spread with what we did. However, one of the main concerns that we have is each time that we've been in the middle school, since we started with the administration building, we are here for events that are at the stage.
Right.
If we move over there, you're gonna turn the chairs that way. And it's going to present a problem because you're gonna have the chairs facing this way and the board over there.
Well, the chairs can still stay where they are because the performances, for the most part, from on the stage, very often, if you can recall, when we do have to do presentations, we usually get up and sit out with the rest of the public.
Okay.
So, so hopefully that won't be a problem, but if indeed going forward, I'm sure that we'll find a remedy.
And to your email addresses, soon and very soon, it's done. I just have to finalize one piece.
Thank you again.
Can I just, excuse me, Ms. Vaughn, before you will we be provided with those minutes?
If you would like, I sure can provide you with the minutes.
I
Thank
will
you.
make sure that the board members get a copy of the minutes.
Thank you, Ms. Martin.
Can I just make, yeah, it was just, an answer, or in addition to what Peterson said about, the town hall and the views on YouTube. I was late today because I was coming from the National Community Schools and Family Engagement Conference in Philadelphia. And the last session that I attended really spoke to the fact that, that families are changing the way that they get their information. The woman who spoke the session I attended was from a school where in DC, it was Washington DC school district, and they experienced something very similar, where even though their attendance was dropping, their views on asynchronous presentations were significantly more. And so they had moved to producing content in short videos, and I think that's something that we might consider, like even short 10-minute videos, 20-minute videos that they posted online. I can't remember whether it was on YouTube or on their Facebook or on their website. So just families are getting their information differently now, post-pandemic. And I think that we may want to consider, in terms of marketing, in terms of engaging families, sharing information in different ways.
Right, and so, going forward, we really will need to take a look at meeting them where they are.
Exactly. That was actually, I think, the title of the session. It's a wonderful conference. There are over 4,000 people there. It's really crowded, but I'm just really excited that there are so many people that are interested in engaging families and I think it's called spreading the love.
Okay, whatever works. Thank you, Mrs. Smith.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Last but not least, certainly with our committee, board reports, our soon to be, should be leaving us as of next week. Our student representative, Janai Mishra.
You hear me? Okay. Good evening, board members, good evening, community. I do want to start by saying that we at the high school had our own senior awards to honor our awesome hardworking seniors in all aspects, whether that be academically, athletically, physically. Today was also the start of our finals, kind of definitely, but we're close to the end. And then to conclude my report, I'd like to present the board office with this meeting I have for my family, like arts and jewelry. That's kind of our, we have a love for the arts. I would like to present this to the board members and hope you guys can hang in the board office. It's one of these that I'd like to share, so I'll show you guys.
So Janiyah, is this your party gift to us? Well, thank you very much. Thank you.
And that concludes my report for this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Janiyah. Board members, I'm at the top of page 3, superintendent's report. I'm asking for a motion to approve the superintendent's report that begins at the top of page 3 and continues through to the top of page 6. Is there a motion?
Peterson moved to adopt the superintendent's report, the recommendations approved by the following actions found in item A and B, page 3 through 6.
Give it a second.
Moved by Ms. Peterson, second by Ms. Nieves. Any further comments or questions? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Ms. Redden,
Yes.
Ms. Esposito,
Yes.
Ms. Martin,
Yes.
Ms. Moore,
Yes.
Ms. Nieves,
Yes.
Mr. Thomas,
Yes.
Ms. Peterson,
Yes.
and Ms. Pitts.
Yes.
Motion is carried.
Thank you, Ms. Brewer. Board members, moving forward, at this time, I'm asking for a motion to approve the business administrator or secretary's report as it begins in the middle of page 6 and continues through to the bottom of page 10. Is there a motion?
Peterson moved for approval of the business administrator board secretary report. The items that she had recommended, and found on item A and B, page 6 through 10.
Give it a second.
Moved by Ms. Peterson, second by Ms. Nieves. Any further comments or questions? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Ms. Redden,
Yes.
Ms. Esposito,
Yes.
Ms. Martin,
Yes.
Ms. Moore,
Yes.
Ms. Nieves,
Yes.
Mr. Thomas,
Yes.
Ms. Peterson,
Yes.
and Ms. Pitts.
Yes.
Motion is carried.
Thank you, Ms. Brewer. Board members, I'm at the top of page 11, our personnel report. Before I ask for a motion, I would draw your attention to letter A. And under that, number 1, where it says new hires. And under that, in the box where it says letter A. And we're going to delete that. With that being said, at this time, I'm asking for a motion to approve the personnel report as it begins at the top of page 11 and continues through to the bottom of page 13 with the deletion as noted. Is there a motion?
Peterson moved for approval of the personnel report based on the superintendent's recommendation. Approval of the following items with the corrections stated down on page 11 through 13, item F.
Give it a second.
Moved by Ms. Peterson, second by Ms. Givens. Any further comments or questions? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Ms. Redden,
Yes.
Ms. Esposito,
Yes.
Ms. Martin,
Yes.
Ms. Moore,
Yes.
Ms. Nieves,
Yes.
Mr. Thomas,
Yes.
Ms. Peterson,
Yes.
and Ms. Pitts.
Yes.
Motion has carried.
Thank you, Ms. Moore. Moving now, board members, to our addendum. If you notice in our brown folders, beautiful pink, we, at this evening, if you notice, we do have 2 addendums that I'm calling addendum A and addendum B. And so at this point, I'm asking for the addendum for approval of the superintendent's report as it appears on our addendum, page 1, number 1. Is there a motion?
Peterson moved for approval of the superintendent's report recommendations for approval of the following action. Item A, 1.
Moved by Ms. Peterson, second by Ms. Nieves. Any further comments or questions? Hearing none, roll call please.
Ms. Redding,
Yes.
Ms. Esposito.
Yes.
Ms. Martin,
Yes.
Ms. Moore,
Yes.
Ms. Nieves,
Yes.
Mr. Thomas,
Yes.
Ms. Peterson,
Yes.
and Ms. Pitts.
Yes.
Motion has carried.
Thank you, Ms. Boyd. This time, moving on, board members, still on the addendum, asking for a motion to approve the business administrative board secretary report as it appears beginning on page 1 of the addendum and continuing through to the bottom of page 6. Is there a motion?
Peterson move for approval of the business administrative board secretary's report, recommending approval of the following action items. Now on page 1 through 6.
Moved by Ms. Peterson, second by Ms. Nieves. Any further comments or questions? Hearing none, roll call please.
Ms. Redding,
Yes.
Ms. Esposito,
Yes.
Ms. Martin,
Yes.
Ms. Moore,
Yes.
Ms. Nieves,
Yes.
Mr. Thomas,
Madam President, I did have a question about that.
I believe that's the addendum number 2.
Addendum number 2.
Okay, I agree. My statement is yes. I would do addendum number 2.
Ms. Peterson,
Yes.
and Ms. Pitts.
Yes.
Motion has carried.
Thank you. Board members, at this time, I'm asking for a motion to approve the personnel report as it begins at the top of page 7 and continues through to the bottom of page 9 on this addendum.
Peterson move for approval of the personnel report based on the superintendent's recommendation, approval of the following action items, down on page 7 through 9.
Moved by Ms. Peterson, second by Ms. Nieves. Any further comments or questions? Hearing none, roll call please.
Ms. Redding,
Yes.
Ms. Esposito,
Yes.
Ms. Martin,
Yes.
Ms. Moore,
Yes.
Ms. Nieves,
Yes.
Mr. Thomas,
Yes.
Ms. Peterson,
Yes.
and Ms. Pitts.
Yes.
Motion has carried.
Thank you, Ms. Boyd. Moving now to what I'm calling addendum number 2. Before I ask for any motion for action. Mr. Thomas?
Yeah, I just wanted to know, is it possible to see the actual response to the order of meeting for the public service procedures in the board meeting? Thank you.
Any other questions before I, all right? At this time, I'm asking for a motion to approve the addendum, calling number, addendum number 2, that begins at the top of page 1 and it goes through, it begins and ends on the top of page 1. Is there a motion?
Peterson move for approval of addendum 2, items 1, down on page 1.
Moved by Ms. Peterson, second by Ms. Nieves. Any further comments or questions?
Yes, I actually do.
Yes, Ms. Nieves?
I do not feel comfortable voting on this without seeing the contract.
Thank you.
Any other further comments or questions? Hearing none, roll call please.
Ms. Redding,
Yes.
Ms. Esposito, oh, excuse me. Ms. Martin,
Yes.
Ms. Moore,
Abstain.
Ms. Nieves,
Abstain.
Mr. Thomas,
Abstain.
Ms. Peterson,
No.
and Ms. Pitts.
Yes.
Motion would not carry.
Correct.
There was no majority of the quorum that participated in the vote. There were only 4 votes, yea or nay, which is 1 short of the quorum, so that is not a.
So this will be brought up again after discussion and answer the questions for the board members. And we will return this at our next meeting for another vote. Any other questions? Moving now, board members, we're returning to our regular agenda. Would there be any Open Public Records Act?
None this evening, Madam President.
Thank you, Ms. Boyle. Informational items? Dr. Carpenter, do you need information? Moving now to old business. Board members, would there be any old business that you would care to discuss at this time?
So you asked me to bring up about Juneteenth. What is the process for ordering the table and chairs and whatever else we need?
With regards to Juneteenth, it's pretty much the same that we do with Family Day, and that is that you contact Dr. McKee's office to let them know that we need tables and chairs. Now, as far as the board is concerned for Juneteenth, it's really going to be up to us as a board to determine what kind of information we want to make available. Now, since this is just the second one, then I think we're pretty safe to take a look at the first one that we did last year. And I believe that Ms. Peterson was able to come up with some information items for our table. And also, we got together and had some giveaways. But certainly Juneteenth, I would think the focus is, again, information on the history of the day and why it occurs. And now, board members, if you have any suggestions or recommendations for anything else that you would like us to display?
I think it would be an opportunity we talked about earlier, marketing our YouTube channel, like even having a QR code or something where people can access our YouTube channel and become more familiar with it.
On Juneteenth Day?
Yeah.
Would you want to make sure that happens for us, Ms. Day? Okay. Any other suggestions as to what we can have on our table?
Madam President, it's the history in it.
Right.
When you look at the rationale for celebrating Juneteenth, you need to look at how historically, not just Winslow, but Edgewood has fit into that perspective. The historical, it should be a teaching experience. So I would suggest that you look at different outstanding or those that have achieved different things. When I Googled it just to look, there was a lot on athletics going back to girls, boys. Am I pronouncing that correct? It was significant numbers, and there was others that you could actually do a collage with their names and the rationale. Or if you also, last year we used our valedictorian and salutatorian over the years. That's an historical piece. And I would think you would want something to tie into the things being done wrong.
So I don't think that you're wrong with that.
I'm sorry. Unfortunately, we have like a short period of time, and I'm not sure how much this information we're going to be able to get together this next weekend. So, we can try. Ms. Nieves, I had asked the marketing committee for suggestions, and Ms. Nieves had suggested putting out little cards about the district, information about the district, to get it out to the community, to parents. Just different things that we're doing.
Okay, excuse me, you said little cards, are you talking index cards or?
Yeah, things that we would have printed. Do you want to explain what you suggested?
Yeah, I just had suggested postcards, maybe with, it can still tie into the historical, some kind of quote of significance dealing with the holiday and education, since, the Board of Education. But then I like what Debbie suggested too, we would have a district Facebook page on our QR code that would link to all of our social media or anything else that we want to draw the community's attention to.
Okay, that's fine, but here's what the question that I would have, is that we're talking about 10 days from now, and we're talking about getting things printed, and we're talking about the district getting those things printed, and we're talking about board members having to be able to give the information over to the administration. So, Dr. Cardinal, is it, with the understanding of what's being said, is it possible that we could get information cards like that available, made available, as long as you get the information that you would like to be on the card?
So I can't say that it's possible without seeing and knowing exactly what it is that May has in mind. It's a very short time for us and an extremely busy time. So I can't make a commitment. I'm willing to look at what you have to offer to see if there's a way that we can assist. But I don't know that we will be able to, so I can't give you an affirmative.
Okay, we will, Mr. Yanes will get in contact.
And also, certainly, I know that Ms. Peterson will be also working with the marketing committee with regards to producing information for our table, as she did last year.
Okay.
Okay, Ms. Peterson?
So the more important thing, in my eyes, is I need to know who's available that day and when. Because if we don't have people to sit at the table, then we may as well not be there. No, I'm serious.
No, I know you're serious. I'm just chuckling because that's a given, Ms. Moore. As a matter of fact, it's on my list. I was going to ask.
It's not a given, because I know last year there was a major lapse. And, you know, we did not have as much participation as we expected to. So I just want to be sure that we're going to have coverage.
Well,
at least for several hours.
Well, you're absolutely right, but you should know also last year, while we did not have a lot of participation, board members did let me know who, whether or not they had the time, whether that fit into the schedule. So even though it was scarcely occupied, board members did report to let me know that they would be here or not be here. So here again, for another repeat, board members, if you could, because the hours are from 2 p.m., Ms. Floyd. I'm referencing Ms. Floyd because she's on the township committees that's working with that, so it's 2 p.m. to 8. And so board members, I would ask that you would either you would email and just let me know your availability for that day.
Can you email me?
Sure, absolutely.
Thank you.
All right, absolutely, Ms. Moore. So let's change that. So board members, we're going to change that. If you would email Ms. Moore, by when, Ms. Moore?
Friday?
By Friday?
Yes.
Friday, June 9th?
Yes.
So, board members, if you could communicate to Ms. Moore by Friday, June 9th, your availability to spend some time at our table on Juneteenth Day. Any questions?
I have a comment on that as well.
Mr. Thomas?
Yes, I'm just asking that we give some consideration also to Wednesday Day that's coming right behind it, because there's 2 major days here that we spend some time so we don't be rushing to prepare for that Wednesday Day. Do what we can for Juneteenth, which is a major event. Community will be there in the thousands. But let's do what we can to do that. Let's get some preparation. Also, Wednesday Day, so we can include stuff like what Julie is talking about, what Becky is talking about, so we won't be in a rush mode to try to give it over to the district, especially when we need plenty of things to be done. Just a comment.
Well, honestly, Family Day is an easier day because we already know that we need to supply a book bag with supplies. And in the past, we have actually supplied more than one book bag. I don't know if we're doing that this year, but that's something that we have done. So that one is actually easier. It's Juneteenth that I think is more of, you know, like because of the historic background for it. I think that it's harder to come up with what we're going to do for that. But I mean, I agree. We don't want to wait till the last minute. But
Can we just, whatever we create for Juneteenth, just also have it there for Wednesday Family Day? Just make sure that we make more than enough, so that we have, buffers of the day as well.
I can agree with that.
Any other comments? Okay, so Mrs. Esposito, we can also do that. So any other, comments, statements with regards to old business? Hearing none, would there be any new business that you would care to discuss at this time?
Yes, ma'am, Madam President.
Ms. Martin?
Our NJSBA 824-2023 featured an article where Governor Murphy announced additional investment of over $5.5 million for a statewide school security initiative. Governor Murphy recently announced August 22 an additional investment of approximately $5.79 million in federal funds to further assist with critical incident mapping efforts. The administration decided to redistribute funds to the state police to enhance the security of New Jersey schools farther. And NJSBA asked that in the meetings, particularly the legislative component, to mention updates related to the state police program in this area. And secondly, on Friday, June 2nd, 2023, I attended the Strauss Esme Educational Policy and School Law seminar. I attended the roundtable discussion for Policy 5512, harassment and intimidation of bullying, Policy 5756, transgender students, and Policy 2422, comprehensive health and physical education.
Information from new business, any other new business at this time?
I have a question about new business, I don't want to be, actually, report Ms. Martin, glad to hear that we're out in the community in different events and bringing back a report. That brings me up, I was brought to my attention that we was represented at Chiselhurst Day, which is a great thing. I'm just wondering, is there any feedback, any dialogue, or any report that you can share with the board that may have happened or took place on that day?
Thank you, Mr. Thomas, because that jogged my memory. If you can recall, perhaps at least 2 board meetings ago, Dr. Poteet talked about Chiselhurst Day. In addition to that, I believe it was at our last meeting that I think Ms. Peterson emailed us a flyer to remind us about Chiselhurst Day. And in doing that, I received a call from the president of the Chiselhurst Board of Education, Ms. Paula Ortiz, and she had said that she suggested it would be a good idea because Chiselhurst Day, very much like our family day, is vendors, and she thought it would be a good idea that would be a nice time to give out information to people with regards to the collaboration between Winslow and Chiselhurst as it relates to our 3-year-old program. And so I contacted Dr. Poteet and he put together a flyer, and I believe you have a copy of that flyer. And so quickly got the tablecloth. We had some goodies to give away. Now the flyer was made very well. I thought it was self-explanatory. It explained the program, but what I liked especially about the flyer is that it did put in bold print to let everyone know that the slots, at least this year, for the 3-year-old program is full, but that it did give a further explanation about the program itself. And so, and I believe other members did attend, did come by that day. Ms. Martin came by. I did see Mr. Thomas in the crowd. Ms. Dredden was also there. So again, it was a good showing, and also Ms. Peterson. Ms. Peterson was there first. So remember, again, board members, this was not anything that was mandatory, but it was something that showed that the community, how we were collaborating with children. So thank you, Mr. Thomas. Any other further comments? New business? Hearing none, moving into public comment.
Thank you. The Winslow Township Board of Education highly values the input of citizens in making important decisions that affect the children of our community. believe in the rights of citizens to observe board meetings, to ensure that all of our citizens have the opportunity to attend school board meetings and offer comment, and to ensure that the board can conduct the important business of the district, we ask the speakers follow the guidelines for making public comment. The board secretary will recognize those individuals in the audience or online who wish to make comment. Please respect the following procedures. All members of the public attending board meetings must treat each other and the board with respect. State your full name and address before speaking. Please limit your comments to 4 minutes. Submit your questions in the event they are unable to be answered to the Board of Education with your name, address, and telephone number where you can be contacted. Your questions will be answered within a reasonable time. And finally, individuals offering citizen comment are not permitted to make personal attacks on any district employee, board member, other testifier, or member of the public. Thank you.
At this time, board members, I'm asking for a motion to move into public comment.
Peterson move for approval to move into public comment.
Nieves, second.
Moved by Ms. Peterson, second by Ms. Nieves. All in favor? Any nays? Thank you. Ms. Ball?
Jasmine Rich.
Good morning, everyone.
Good evening.
You all know me very well. I'm the one who sent all the emails. I sent you all 6 already. Those is remembered. Thank you so much for this book.
Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is Jasmine Rich. I have been a Winslow Township resident for almost 40 years. My son and daughter attended Winslow all their lives. Thank you so much, Winslow Township School District, because they have received the best education. They are professionals, and they make a lot of money, and I'm so thankful for that education that they receive in Winslow. Now, I'm coming in front of you because I am an employee of ESS. And I need you to know what's going on. I have sent you emails, not all of you have replied back, but you really need to know because you need to make a really important decision right now. I was happy to hear the mission statement because the mission statement says that we are here to educate all of our students. That's what I do in the classroom. Okay? And provide academic environment which values excellence. I provide excellence to our students, not just one, but the ones that need it. Now, encourage students to strive for personal excellence. I do that, and a compassionate learning environment. I make sure that I provide that. First of all, thank you so much. Thank you, all of you that voted no against outsourcing our jobs, and those that abstained from voting, thank you so much because you voted that way because you don't have all the facts. So I have a suggestion. I really hope that you will take it to heart. My suggestion is this: put a committee together, figure out the cost, what it's going to cost to bring us back where we used to be under one roof with no township. I would like this committee to also reach out to other districts that have kept their students. I think that's really important because they realize what happens when you outsource your work, all right? Don't allow outside entities to dictate to our children how they should be taught and taking our tax dollars that are allocated from the state. Now, I know that we have professionals right here in Winslow Township staff that know our students, know the needs of our students, and they have the capability on how to train us so we can live this mission statement. All of us that work as TAs and one-on-ones. You know what this outsourcing company did? They took our title away, ESS, Educational Student Assistant. You know what they changed it to? NIA, Non-Instructional Assistant. And I was getting hammered by other NIAs because I was helping our students learn. You're not supposed to teach them what other NIAs are saying. You don't teach them, your title is NIA. Listen, it's never been that way. When staff trained us, after the teacher teaches a lesson, all we have to do is reteach the lesson because our students that are disabilities, I don't care what their autism, whatever, they need the extra help. That's why we're there. We're there to help them. Are you serious? You're telling me that I didn't listen because I knew if I didn't, that student would not agree. It was my responsibility, and I didn't care what they said. I was going to teach our students what I needed to teach them. And I have gotten so many thank yous over the years for the service that I've provided. So I would really like to see you bring this back. And I hope this wasn't an underhanded move to get rid of our union, because you're not going to do it. Not this union. This is a powerful union. This union will not give up on us. No matter where, even if you take this back. But I do want you to take this back. I really do, because listen, let me tell you what happened. When these people came in here, they used this ESS and the money, and you don't think they're doing it.
Excuse me, Ms. Rich, I don't mean to interrupt,
I know,
but
4
you
minutes,
remember
right?
4 minutes and your 4 minutes are up.
Let me
But
just
I'm sorry, I think we do also have other people.
We only have
that
one
is-
more person to speak.
Well, whether it's
But
1 or
you
21, Ms.
Yeah.
Rich, thank you very much.
You needed to know.
Thank you,
I understand. but
Thank you.
You needed to know.
Thank
that
you.
They were not, they were
Thank you,
not
Ms.
teaching.
Rich.
They were studying to move to the next level. They hired a predator that almost raped one of our boys. You don't know this, and you didn't want me to say that, but it's so important. Please consider getting a degree. Don't let our children be uneducated. They have to go somewhere in life and be something. And they're not gonna get it. Bring us back. Let Winslow Snack train us. Don't waste our tax dollars that you're getting. Don't do that. That's not fair to the kids. They're not going to be what we all desire to be. We are violating the mission statement on so many levels when it comes to our autistic, Down syndrome, wheelchair bound, and all those disabilities, and it's just not fair. Thank you.
George.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Jasmine, to support of our position. However, my position is slightly more on point to the addendum 2 for us. I too also want to thank the board members who abstained or voted no. I'm standing to encourage the board to reconsider the recommendation of Kelly Services. I'm no fan of ESS, but I encourage you to reconsider and provide this contract to ESS. I have I'm not one of their employees, I'm not affiliated with them, but I am with the workers, with bus aides, teachers, assistants, before and after school programs. As Jasmine mentioned, they organized a union in 2019, and I'm president of the Eastern region for that union. So changes will come with Kelly, will cause disruption and chaos. And it's hard to find people now to do these jobs. With Kelly coming in, and with this difference on your addendum 2 reflects is a wage cut, benefit cut for the workers you currently have. And that's going to lead to workers quitting, retiring, lower morale, lower efficiency, turnover, and the kids will be affected by all of this because they have relationships with the current staff. Some of the staff have been there for a long, long time. And your relationship with ESS, at least you have a company that knows your policy, knows your procedures, and knows how you operate. There's not going to be a learning curve with a new company coming in. And your employees, or not your employees, their employees, the teachers, assistants, the one-on-ones, they're struggling now. I appreciate the guidelines that you follow, but at some point you get what you pay for. And these workers have been cut from full-time employment at one time, sacrificed one subcontractor, and they had to be new hires. And now another subcontractor comes in, and they're new hires. And they just keep getting passed around, and most of these people get passed around to Kelly Services, and there'll be new hires. and they'll lose whatever time and benefit that they had gained under ESS. Keep in mind, these numbers on the page aren't their wages, that's, as I understand, the total package for wages, benefits, and work, they stand overhead for the employer, so their wages are still a lot lower than what you see on the paper. Just cutting these, going to Kelly is going to damage even more the efficiency that you currently have. Because you got to feel familiarity with ESS, consistency comes efficiency and security and better morale. And since 2019, these folks organized a union. They organized for better wages, benefits, and work conditions. With ESS, they currently have a brand new contract with ESS for Winslow for the next 3 years. ESS should not be punished for doing the right thing. And the workers should not be punished for asking for a livable wage, which they still, in some cases, aren't getting. And with Kelly Services, we're likely going to be the representative again because most of these people will be offered jobs to come back. And we're going to have to renegotiate a contract with them. And that is uncertain how that will end up. So I call on this board to do the right thing, not punish these valuable employees by terminating their employment and starting all over again as new hires with gutted wages and benefits. I ask this board to maintain the ESS contract, and I really do appreciate your time and opportunity to speak.
Ms. Blue?
We have someone that has recently signed, Karen Dunn.
My name is Karen Dunn, and I live at 20 Cunningham in Sicklerville. I work for ESS in Winslow Township. I don't want to talk about the money. I don't want to talk about who's going to do what. I want to talk about us as people. I've been in district since '06. I've been with ESS since 2010. I love my children. I could have gone anywhere, but over the years, I've chosen to stay here because I love Winslow children. They need us. If we go to a different company, are we going to get to go to our same rooms? Are we going to get to go to our same buildings? Everything's going to change and everything's so unsure. We know what we have with ESS and it seems to work. So I think that we need to look at who we are hiring because I know a lot of people who won't come back that I've spoken to, and you're going to be short. And I don't think we want to do that to the children because that's what it's all about. It's about the children, and we love them. And that's why we're here. So please reconsider this. Thank you for your time.
Mr. Stowe?
No call.
Anybody?
No call.
No one? Thank you, Ms. Blue. At this time, board members are asking for a motion to adjourn our public comment portion.
Peterson move for adjournment of public comment.
Moved by Ms. Peterson, second by Ms. Dietrich. All in favor? Any nays? Thank you. Moving now, Mr. Bowman.
Yeah, there is a need for executive session, Madam President, on June 7th, 2027 at 9:05 p.m. Regarding the 9 exceptions of the item 1, matters involving privacy issues related to student matters. Dr. Parker will charge tonight. I have confidence he will be able to cover this within 30 minutes or less. That's it. There may or may not be action taken by that.
Thank you, Mr. Arnold. At this time, I'm asking for a motion for us to move into executive session.
Peterson, move for approval to go into executive session.
Moved by Ms. Peterson, second by Ms. Evans. Roll call, please.
Ms. Redd? Yes. Ms. Esposito?
Yes.
Ms. Martin?
Yes.
Ms. Moore? Yes. Ms. Evans? Yes. Mr. Thomas?
Yes.
Ms. Peterson? Yes. And Ms. Pitts? Motion has carried.
I'm sorry, forgive me. At this point, we're, presently moving into, executive session. Thank you.